Let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like the world is a game you don't fully understand? Some people seem to glide through life effortlessly, making the right moves, predicting outcomes, and always staying one step ahead. But here's the truth. They're not lucky. They're not born with some magical gift. They've simply mastered the game of reality. And the best part? So can you. In this video, we're breaking down the step-by-step guide to outsmarting not just people, but the entire system around you. From mastering awareness to playing the long game, you'll learn the strategies that powerful individuals use to win at life without breaking a sweat. So if you're tired of feeling outplayed, overwhelmed, or stuck, stick with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what it takes to not just survive in this world, but to thrive on your terms. Point number 1. Understand the power of awareness. Let's start with the first and most critical step to outsmarting in the game of reality, awareness. Here's a story. Picture a chess grandmaster sitting across from an amateur. The amateur sees one or two possible moves ahead, but the grandmaster, he sees the whole board, every piece, every possibility, every threat. That's awareness, a skill that separates winners from everyone else. In real life, awareness works the same way. Most people go through their day on autopilot, reacting to situations, emotions, and people without ever stepping back to observe the bigger picture. But a truly smart person, they see everything. They notice the patterns in people's behavior, the subtleties in a conversation, the opportunities hidden in plain sight. Here's an example. Imagine you're in a heated argument. The average person gets caught up in the emotions, fighting to prove their point. But someone with awareness, they step back. They observe the tone, the body language, the real intentions behind the words. And when they respond, it's calculated, precise, and impossible to counter. Awareness gives you the power to anticipate moves before they happen, to avoid traps, and to seize opportunities others don't even see. Here's how you can start. Slow down. Take a few moments each day to pause and truly observe your surroundings. Ask questions. Why is this person acting this way? What's motivating their behavior? Train your focus. Limit distractions and focus deeply on the moment at hand. Because in the game of reality, the person with the clearest vision always has the upper hand. Point number 2, master emotional detachment. The second key to outsmarting others in the game of reality is mastering emotional detachment. Let me tell you a story. Picture a samurai in ancient Japan. He's in the middle of a duel, his opponent taunting him with insults, trying to provoke a reaction. But the samurai doesn't flinch. He stays calm, focused, and deliberate, because he knows this. The moment he lets emotions take over, he loses control and the fight. Now think about your own life. How often have you made decisions in the heat of the moment? Maybe you said something you regretted, or reacted to someone's behavior in a way that gave them power over you. That's what happens when emotions take the wheel. They cloud your judgment and make you predictable. Here's why emotional detachment is so powerful. It keeps you in control when others lose theirs. Imagine you're in a negotiation. The other person gets frustrated and starts raising their voice. If you stay calm and composed, you've already won. Their emotions make them impulsive, while your detachment makes you strategic. How do you master emotional detachment? Pause before reacting. When you feel triggered, take a moment to breathe. A few seconds of pause can prevent hours of regret. Separate feelings from facts. Emotions aren't always the truth. Focus on the objective reality of the situation. Practice perspective. Ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, a year? Point number 3, develop strategic thinking. The third key to mastering the game of reality is strategic thinking. If you want to outsmart the world, you need to stop reacting to the present moment and start planning for what's next. Here's a story. Imagine you're watching a chess match between a grandmaster and a beginner. The beginner moves piece by piece, reacting to whatever is in front of them. But the grandmaster? They're thinking 3, 4, even 10 moves ahead. Every action they take now is part of a larger plan, and by the time the beginner realizes it, the game is already over. Now apply that to your life. Most people live reactively. They handle situations as they come, without a long-term plan. But someone who thinks strategically, they anticipate problems before they happen, see opportunities others miss, and stay ahead in every aspect of life. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine you're at work, aiming for a promotion. The average person works hard and waits for recognition. But a strategic thinker, they study the company's goals, figure out what their boss values most, and position themselves as the obvious choice long before the opportunity even arises. How do you develop strategic thinking? Always ask, what's next? Don't just focus on what's happening now. Plan for the next step, the next opportunity, or the next challenge. Study patterns. Look at past situations and learn from them. History often repeats itself in life, business, and relationships. Break down your goals. Divide your objectives into smaller, actionable steps. A strategy is just a series of smart decisions stacked together. Point number 4, leverage knowledge as power. The fourth key to outsmarting the game of reality is leveraging knowledge as power. If you want to win, you need to be the smartest person in the room, not by being the loudest or the most opinionated, but by being the most informed. Let me share a story. Think of a world-renowned chess player. This person has studied every possible opening, every counter strategy, and every move their opponent could make. Their power doesn't come from natural talent alone. It comes from a deep, unwavering commitment to learning and understanding. They use knowledge not just to play the game, but to anticipate every move their opponent will make. In life, this is no different. Whether you're building a business, climbing the corporate ladder, or even navigating relationships, knowledge gives you an edge. It's not about memorizing facts. It's about understanding how to apply them strategically. Here's an example. Think of an entrepreneur who's constantly learning about new market trends, consumer behavior, and emerging technologies. While most people are stuck in outdated practices, this person has an early advantage. They can pivot quickly, seize new opportunities, and outmaneuver their competition. Knowledge isn't just power. It's a roadmap to success. How do you leverage knowledge for power? Never stop learning. Read books, take courses, listen to podcasts, constantly feed your mind. Stay curious, ask questions, and look for new information. Never assume you know everything. Apply what you learn. Knowledge is only valuable when you use it. Make sure you're putting your learning into action. Point number 5, master the art of subtle influence. The fifth key to outsmarting in the game of reality is mastering the art of subtle influence. True power isn't about forcing others to do what you want. It's about guiding them in a way that feels natural, almost as if it was their idea all along. Let me share a classic example. Have you ever watched The Godfather? Don Vito Corleone, the head of the family, rarely raises his voice or uses force. Instead, he persuades with calm words and strategic timing. He doesn't demand loyalty. He earns it by offering value, building trust, and understanding what motivates others. In real life, this kind of influence is what separates leaders from followers. People who rely on brute force or loud demands may win in the short term, but subtle influencers are the ones who win the long game. Here's an example. Imagine you're in a group project, and everyone is debating over what direction to take. Instead of arguing or forcing your idea, you say something like, "You're absolutely right about that point. What if we also considered this approach?" By validating their thoughts and introducing yours as an addition, you subtly guide the group toward your vision. How do you master subtle influence? Listen actively. People are more likely to trust and follow you when they feel heard. Speak with confidence, not aggression. A calm, steady tone carries more weight than a loud, forceful one. Understand motivations. Everyone has a reason for what they do. The more you understand their motives, the better you can guide them.